Someone asked this question, which is, how do you find your self-worth when you're too in your head? And this is a great question. And this really has a lot to do with nervous system regulation. Most people think that changes only happen up here, like with our brains, because our minds are powerful, right? We all know that people say mindset is everything, blah, 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 blah. But truly, if we can combine the power of the mind and body and establish this connection, it can be very, very powerful. Because truth of the matter is, our nervous system, which involves our brain and spinal cord, which is part of the central nervous system, also has a peripheral nervous system that goes from the spine to the other peripheral areas in our bodies. And when these nerves innervate the different organs and muscles and tendons within our body, the signals within these the different areas within our bodies also go up into our brains and influences our thought patterns and our emotions. So if you're finding that you're too in your head, whether it be there are thoughts of lack of self-worth, self-doubt, maybe some imposter syndrome, not feeling good enough, or just like a blah and hopeless, notice what is happening in your body. If you're finding that there's a lot of activation here and there's a lot going on and it's so overwhelming, the thoughts are racing and overwhelming, the best way you can ground yourself and really improve your thoughts is to use your body to do it. Listen to what your body needs, pay attention to what your body is doing, because really, if we're like sitting like this all the time, this position that I have in my body right now is not only super awkward, it's not making me feel good. And if I stay here for a long time, the thoughts are going to be affected. But if we use our body to and place our attention on what's happening in our bodies, then we can influence the thoughts that we think too. If we are sitting high up and not too tense in our shoulders, and we just find that sweet spot for us where our spine is straight, we are, our body is awake and alert, but also at the same time, we have that relaxed feeling that influences our thoughts as well. When we change our body mechanics, our thoughts also follow. So instead of, the top down of using our mind to influence our body, yes, is very helpful. And that's what most people teach. But if we can harness our bodies to influence our brain state, then this can make a lot of a lot of difference in our lives. Like if I were to ask you, say for the next 30 days, your sleep is immaculate. So not only is your brain having the recovery that it needs, and it's you're getting the REM sleep to integrate your learnings for the day, but if your actual body is getting that deep recovery rest for 30 days in a row, the full month, getting enough adequate sleep, do you think you'll be a different person in a better way? Of course you will, right? Because sleep influences really everything. So if you're someone who's in your head all the time and finding your self-worth, do the basic self-care stuff like hydration, sleep, nutrition, movement, sunlight, and having meaningful social connections with others and ourselves. These are the key ingredients to really help that self-worth. We don't need to think ourselves into self-worth all the time. And it's not the most effective and efficient way to do it, to be quite honest. It's when we integrate the body and have that really strong mind-body connection that will help us with our self-worth.